It's Hilly and Hart.
Remember how Kevin said it was a fun fact that, what was it, 1 out of 5 ladies can't whistle?
10%, only 10% of women can whistle. 90% cannot.
Okay. Well, then out of those people, 5% of people say they never learned how to whistle.
Never learned. Interesting. Right. Which is a little different than necessarily than can't. I mean, if they tried.
If you're just blowing air, that's not whistling. I used to think it was when I was a kid until my grandma sat me down the porch swing and said, "You're going to learn how to whistle.
Young Aaron, this is how you whistle."
That's right. And it took me seriously almost all summer long because I was still like, "But Grandma, I'm doing it."
Yeah.
She's like, "No, that's not how you whistle. You know,
right.
You got to be able to make noise."
But I wonder why the difference between male and female, because that's an interesting thing. I don't think it's going to be just learning it. There's got to be something in the anatomy or the way our bodies, our mouths are made, or something. I don't know. But
you've only found 2 people in the company so far that are women who can do it, right?
So far, yeah, but it's not like I've asked far and wide either. I'm going to send out an entire company memo.
We are conducting a survey.
That's right. And please reply all.
Are you a woman and can you whistle?
Annoy the rest of us coworkers too, just so you know. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, that's what they say. And so far, my research somewhat backs that up, but we'll see. But the research continues, Aaron. So
that's right.
It's Hilly and Hart.
So it's kind of interesting when women talk about their friends or are talked about by their friends. The things they value are not so much how they look or their fashion sense or anything like that, but it's about their inner qualities.
Yeah.
Which, as opposed to guys, I guess that's what this whole thing doesn't mention guys, but I think it goes without saying that this is different than men. Okay, so
we don't sit around and go to our friends. "Oh my gosh, you're so hot." Wow, have you been working out?
I'd like to hear that conversation.
Women just don't do that.
No, they say 44% of women prefer being called a good friend.
Yep.
Versus 22% who want to be called attractive.
Exactly.
So if you want to float your friend's boat, don't say, "Oh my gosh, your hair looks amazing." But although that's not a bad thing to say.
No, it's not.
But, it's going to mean even more if you're like, you know what, I really appreciate how you stick with me. You know what?
Better than how Hilly said that there was a lot of me to love last hour.
I meant it in a good way because you're tall.
Sure.
I did. You know I did.
Yes.
You look at the context of the conversation.
You keep backpedaling.
And that's what it was. But, they want to be said to have a good sense of humor, women, from their female friends.
Oh, yeah.
Fun, generous, and smart. Because, again, I just speaking from a guy's perspective, if you ask me about one of my friends, I'm probably going to say something like, "Oh, yeah, he's a good guy," or "Yeah, he's cool."
He's a good dude.
But I'm not really going to wax necessarily elaborate on. He's a very caring person, that's not really
a very handsomely rugged man.
It's Hilly and Hart.
Well, yesterday we were telling you that our engineers have been doing some stuff in the studio, and Kevin and I could see each other for like the first time in
ages,
years, it felt like.
Like I'm looking directly across at Aaron for a change.
Yeah, I was like, wow, hey, buddy.
Not blocked by a monitor and all,
Yeah, well, it looks like they moved everything back.
They did, yes.
Now I just see 3 little hairs waving on top of Hilly's head. That's all I see.
I have to move myself completely over and then just to be able to look through this little sliver of space to be able to see Aaron.
That's right.
Oh, you're wearing your glasses, I see.
Yes,
yeah.
my cheaters.
Yeah,
exactly. So Hilly, I have to ask you, do you shower every day?
Absolutely. Well, not always on Saturday or Sunday necessarily, but
so you skip 2 days
during the week. Well, no, okay. I will generally shower before church on Sunday. Saturdays, most of the time, no, unless I have something specific that I'm going to. No, Saturday is my shower-free day.
Wow. Okay, like this morning I woke up, I was tired, exhausted. I just rolled out of bed and said, "This is as good as it gets today." But, yeah.
Is that what that is?
Other than that, yes. Every day or every other day. There's never more than 2 days unless I'm just sick and can't get out of bed or something.
It's too cold out for me to open the windows in here.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll just have to deal with that. I have to deal with your weird smells. Well, according to a recent poll, over a third of us do not shower or bathe every day.
But again, I wonder if that third takes into account weekends and all. See, that's the thing.
I mean, hey, if you're not sweating,
yeah,
I don't think it's going to hurt anything every other day.
Well, yeah, and we've all seen the stories of
And
skin.
also in the wintertime, I was going to say, I dry out real bad.
Skin experts say showering all the time, especially if you're like a frequent shower, like more than once a day, it's not good for your skin.
Yeah.
It washes away the natural oils and whatnot. Now, I'm not giving you an excuse to be a stink pot, but, but look, there was a time, I mean...
Says old Pigpen McGee across from me.
We're not looking all that many years ago, like hundreds of years. People did not bathe. And that's what the whole idea, the Saturday night bath. Saturday night coming up, I'm going to bathe. That's where that whole idea came up.
How sad that that's what you had to look forward to. Woo! Gonna get clean. And then you prayed you were the oldest, so you got to take your bath in clean water.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's right. We've talked about
Yes,
that.
we have.
Everybody having been, because you're using the same bath water.
That's right.
Man, there's a reason not to bathe right there.
You thought using the same bar as soap was gross.
It's Hilly and Hart.
Kevin, tell me the ages of your grandsons again.
They are almost 3, 5, and 8.
Okay, do the 3 and 5-year-old, do they know their address?
Nope.
Really?
I would dare say that Weston, the oldest one, doesn't. He's 8.
Oh, wow.
Because it's funny you asked that, because the other day I was just curious, and I said, "Hey, what's your address?" He goes, "I don't know."
Mommy's house.
Wow, yeah. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, they're aware of perspective. I mean, because the other day I picked up the littlest one, and we're heading to his house, and we're on the road next to his house. And he goes, "Are we there yet?" I said, "We're almost there." And then he goes, "Okay, now are we there?" And I go, "Yep." I lied. I go, "Yep, here we go. We're on his road." I go, "Yep, here we are." He goes, "No, we're not." So, like, he knew. So
it's like, don't lie to me, old man.
But he doesn't know the ad. Well, he's 3. I don't expect him to know
right.
the. But I think by 5 or 6, you ought to know.
They say kids between the ages of 2 and 5 years old, there's a 40% chance that they do know their home address. Which means there's a 60% chance that they don't.
Wow.
I remember in grade school.
But that's good to know, though. If you're lost or something, and hopefully a responsible adult, where do you live? What's your address or whatever?
Yeah. I remember in kindergarten, in grade school, we had to know what our phone number was, and we had to know what our address was, as well as how to tie our shoe and stuff. But that was like basic stuff that we had to know.
The shoe tying thing was less important at that point.
Well, I wasn't very good. It took me a while to grasp that one. And they tried the whole bunny method, bunny ear method, where you make 2 bunny ears and you tie them together.
Oh, that whole thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And then the rabbit through the hole or whatever.
I don't remember.
It jumps over the hill
it was
or blah, blah, blah.
It was something cutesy that I wasn't grasping. It's like, just tell me how to do this.
I'm going to know my address better than this.
That's right.
I'm more likely to
Talk
tell you
me to it like an adult and tell me how to do this.
Pat me on the head and say I'm pretty.
That's right. That's all I need. And maybe a snack.
It's Hilly and Hart.
Aaron, you're going to be 50 in 2 years. I hope you don't mind my sharing that with everybody.
Wow, this show's just a real banger this morning.
It's all good.
Hart, you're almost 50. Hey, Hart, guess what? There's more of you to love.
Because you're tall.
Uh-huh.
I keep saying that. Because you're tall. Apparently, in 2 years, you're not going to care of people's opinions about you anymore. That's according to this study.
Yay.
Women over 50, they care far less about what people say about them.
I'm telling you, people are vicious. And sometimes I think I call them backhanded compliments.
Right.
They try to insult you in the form of a compliment. Okay, I wasn't born yesterday. I am up there. I do understand when you're insulting me. Because when I do the old smile and nod, yes.
Hey, your hair looks a lot better than it did last week. Ooh, wait a minute.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
But Erin still cares right now, though, because she's still in the pre not caring stage.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we all want people to like us.
Of course we do. Sure.
We're never going to please everybody. There's going to be people out there, you could hand them a $100 bill. They're still not going to like you.
Right.
And that's fine.
Well, wait a minute. Who's handing out $100 bills?
Don't you worry about it.
I will pretend to like
the
them.
The fact that you didn't get one should speak volumes.
Should tell you a lot right there.
Exactly. But yeah, we're going to start not caring. So
there you go.
If you're like me and you're nearing 50, hang in there. Pretty soon they're just going to say stuff and we're going to be like, maybe we'll just have a nice snappy comeback.
Even those backhanded compliments.
In this business, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to react.
No, you just...
And
You think everything is coming at you.
I struggle with that.
I know. Well, you know what, Aaron? I think you're a great person.
You're a liar.
No matter what everybody else says. So.
And there's more of you to love.
It's Hilly and Hart.
You know, pretty soon it's going to be the end of the school year. Hooray! Then you're going to blink, and all of a sudden it's going to be the start of another school year, which means you got to go out and get the kiddos more school supplies. Well, it turns out 12% of parents admit to stealing their kids' school supplies from work.
What?
All to save some money.
Yeah. What are they stealing? I wonder. Probably. Well, I don't think it's anything as big as like staplers or. Although, what kids
are stapling in class, Hilly?
I don't. As soon as I said it,
gosh!
As soon as I said it, I said to myself, "This sentence doesn't make sense."
That's a one-way trip to the principal's office. Jimmy stapled my ear.
Yeah, I don't see 7 and 8-year-olds using staplers necessarily.
Good grief!
So there you go. But stealing from work for your kids, there's no justification for that whatsoever. Maybe rubber bands and pens and things like that. I don't know.
They're supposed to have the washable markers.
Yeah.
Johnny's got a real sweet set of highlighters.
It's Hilly and Hart.
Previously on Hilly and Hart.
So I told you yesterday about how I've got a tooth that's bothering me. At least I'm hoping it's a tooth that's bothering me. We're talking pain down into my jaw, kind of shoots up into my ear from time to time. It's not fun. And at first I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe I'm grinding my teeth. No. Okay, maybe it's a change in the weather. It's 81 days, 16 the next, you know.
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
This morning, I could almost pinpoint the tooth I think it is. And it's one that's got a crown on it in the back. So it's not the one that I suspected, which is mainly filling and has been since, 1992. It's the one with a nice crown on it.
And again, just so you know, Aaron does have an appointment made.
I finally made an appointment. I caved.
For this tooth.
I caved and made an appointment for 1 o'clock tomorrow. So yesterday when I made it, I was like, all right, just 52 hours to go. So now I'm getting close to that 24-hour marker.
But the whole, point of this conversation we had before was that Aaron, when she starts feeling better, like it's not hurting anymore. Well, am I really going to keep this appointment?
I'm a hypochondriac, maybe. Maybe I should let somebody else who's in real pain, constant pain, have it all the time. My pain just ebbs and flows.
So I told her, no, because you know what's going to happen. The minute you hang up the phone, okay, I'm not going to keep the appointment. All right, well, thanks. We'll see you again later then.
Or it's going to kick in over the weekend when I can't get in.
Right, exactly. So actually, you got a great comment from Misty. Had sent us a message here.
Yeah, Misty says, put some peppermint extract on your tooth pain. It's better than Ambisol.
Yeah.
I actually have peppermint oil at home. So, Misty, I'm going to try that tonight.
Very good. All right, look at this. Our listeners always coming to the rescue.
I'm telling you.
Gotta love that.
They're so smart.
It's Hilly and Hart.
Well, if you were a big fan of Stranger Things, and perhaps you're sad
I'm sad
that it's gone.
Yes.
Well, there's more.
Yay!
They're going to pound this thing until there is nothing left of it. I'm telling you.
There's so many more secrets to discover.
Exactly. Apparently so. The Scooby-Doo folks are like, why didn't we think of this?
Exactly.
But no, there's going to be an animated spinoff that's going to be hitting theaters around the country on April 18th. The first 2 episodes, 55 minutes, are going to screen April 18th at noon and 3 p.m. in 34 AMC theaters across the country. And the whole thing is set in the winter of 1985 between seasons 2 and 3. And, involves all the characters, and Mike and Eleven and Dustin and everybody else. And apparently, Aaron, they're facing a new terrifying threat.
Yes!
Because that's just what we need is a new terrifying threat for the... As if
Vecna wasn't terrifying enough.
Apparently that wasn't enough. They need something else. So.
Demigorgons were not terrifying enough.
So I don't know what they're going to be doing, but there you go. So I think they feel there will probably always be an audience for Stranger Things.
Yeah, we have a coworker that, he'll tell us about something awesome, and then he's like, oh, but it's animated. And we're like, we're
always
not kids.
I
but
know.
now I'm like, Okay, I'd watch this one.
He loves animation.
He
I
does.
wonder if they're using their real voices in the
don't know.
animation, because, that's more ka-ching for them then,
Well,
too.
yeah, it is.
So there you go. But anyway, there you go. April 18th, if you're interested, there's a animated spinoff that's going to be in theaters.
And if they couldn't, I
Stranger
could play
Things.
11. Hey, Mike, Will, Dustin, get on your bikes. There's danger.
Wow, it's like she's here.
I want an Eggo.
It's Hilly and Hart.
And there it goes again this morning. Another little zing from the tooth.
Oh.
And when I say little, it's kind of big. And what's weird is it lasts for, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. And then I'll get a good 20, 30 minutes of it doesn't bother me at all.
But you're anticipating it's coming back.
And then then
Right.
it comes back.
Okay. So we did get a suggestion earlier today. What did she say?
Peppermint oil.
Peppermint.
Try peppermint oil
We've
on
got a number of people checking. Well, actually, we got Brenda over here. Good morning, Brenda. What do you got?
Well, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I went to the dentist because I thought I had a tooth problem. I couldn't tell them which tooth was hurting because they all hurt in
I hate when
the
that happens.
back of my mouth. And sometimes it would feel great, and sometimes, it would just, if wind hit it, hot hit it. So actually, come to find out, it was sinuses. And even with 3 things with antibiotics, it didn't go away. And only thing I can use is nasal spray. And it helps, but it doesn't go away until warm weather hits.
Oh, my
So-
gosh.
Well, Aaron, you have
How
issues
miserable.
with sinuses,
Yeah,
You
I mean,
deal with
oh,
sinuses all the time.
Sometimes it's so bad, it almost just gets you down.
Yeah.
But that's all it is. So just saying, before you get any expensive dental work done,
right.
make sure that's really what you need.
I'll say, hey, buddy, are you sure it's not my sinuses?
There you go.
I'm not kidding. It was unbelievable.
I mean, yesterday, it would even hurt up into my ear.
Mm.
And I'm like, good grief. And the
Yeah.
husband's like, well, you could have swimmer's ear. I go, when have I gone swimming? When have I submerged my head underwater for a long period of time?
Exactly. But yeah, so I get nasal spray, and just use it a lot through the winter. And when we were in the sunshine a few weeks ago in Florida, I mean, I didn't really have any problems.
Ding dong at Missouri.
We really.
Well, I hope it gets better.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for checking in.
Okay.
And I hope yours
Bye.
gets better. Good grief.
Yeah.
How miserable.
I know. Have a good day.
Thanks,
You
Brenda.
too.
You too. Bye-bye. Yeah, actually, you're going to have a chance to test Brenda's theory because we're going to warm up to like around the 80-degree mark in the next couple of days, Aaron. So see if
Well,
you're...
let's just say it's not helping now. Fingers crossed, though.
It's Hilly and Hart.
So the Oscars, people were watching the Oscars this year. Apparently, it was the lowest number of people that actually tuned in to watch the Oscars.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I did not watch.
I was
But
surprised
this-
because Conan O'Brien was the host who I really like, but...
This has my attention.
Okay.
Lisa Rinna, if you're familiar with her, she's a reality TV star. She was, I think, on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was on this last season of Traitors.
Okay.
Well, she showed up at a party wearing a custom gown constructed entirely from hair extensions. That's right, 11 pounds of real hair
11 pounds of hair.
cascading into a lengthy train
Oh my
on her dress.
God.
To which Kevin says, Lisa, stop mocking me.